Hey y'all, I haven't made a video since the the video of me and the husband in our conversation, because that wasn't an argument, because arguments turn into fights with us. So we don't argue, we converse loudly sometimes. So I have a confession to make. I love my husband. Even though I got married for the wrong reasons, even though, and this has been on my heart, and again, it all came from me trying to keep up with everybody else or what everybody else may think about me or my relationship. I don't care. I don't care. I have girlfriends that I'll go and I'll talk to, and I'll vent, I'll complain, I'll bitch, I'll, whatever. And there's only a selective few who I will bitch to. I was ready to get a divorce, not because anything that anybody else said to me, because of my own selfish reasons. I love my freaking husband. Nobody can deal with me the way that he deals with me. Nobody knows me. No man has ever known me, not even my own father, the way that my husband knows me. And there will never be another man, unless this one dies, which I doubt it. But there will never be another man who will love me and know me the way that my husband does. Granted, he has some flaws and he's done some foul stuff and left the family in some messed up situations, and he's not perfect, whatever. But I have to be completely honest. I'm always honest. But I tell you what I want you to know. I won't, well, it depends on the situation. But when it comes to stuff like that, there's only a couple females who that I'm really close with, and I consider them family, that I will give all details to. And plus, they know me, so they know how I am. But I may not give you, I'll give you just enough. I am not easy to live with. I am not an easy person to deal with in a relationship, especially with my bipolar disorder, having to deal with my ups and my downs, and when I'm okay, and then I am not an easy woman to get along with in a relationship. With my, with a spouse, whether it be if I was with a girl, which I've never been with, or a man. I'm married to a man. It's not easy for him to be able to deal with me. I'm not here to bash him. I'm not here to tell y'all all our business. I mean, this whole thing is for us to be open and honest, but there are some things that I'll keep between us because it just needs to be between us. Some people may say, well, why are you doing this? Because maybe me and my husband can help somebody else. They'll see that, they're not the only ones that's gone through this. But this is really about, I love my husband. And I want to be with my husband. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how nobody feels about it. When I go to my girlfriends, they already know. I might bitch and say I'm getting divorced. They know I'm not. They know I'm just upset because I'm angry with him or something that he's done. And then, whatever. And some people may say, well, why don't you talk to your husband? If you have a problem with somebody, you don't go to that somebody and tell them that you have a problem with them, because if they don't see the problem, there'll never be a solution to the problem. Because they don't see that they're a problem. So I go to other married women. I don't even go and talk to single women anymore. Because you're single. Unless you've been divorced or your husband died or something like that, and you're telling me to prevent it instead of work it out, whatever, then you can't help me. If you never smoked crack, you don't know what it's like to smoke crack. If you've never been married, you don't know what it's like to be married. So you can't help somebody out with teaching them or helping them to understand how to compromise in a marriage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I want to work things out with my husband. When we had our little dispute on the thing, I didn't take my medication for a week. So y'all could see how the effects are and how my mouth becomes, and that was just a piece of it. That's not giving you when I'm going through my irritable manic stages. My husband is a good man. That man will work 80 hours a week to take care of his family, to give us whatever we need, and try to get us what we want. I don't ask him. I mean, I do have a shopping problem, and I will go shopping every day, but I shop at a thrift store. where I'm spending $40 on 5-6 outfits a piece for 3 or 4 people in my house. Whereas I do that, I'm spending $200-$300. I'm going to the mall, one of these other places. But anyway, we'll do another one on shopping addiction. But when I met my husband, I had 3 children. He had 1. He has taken in my 3 children, just like I've taken in his daughter as our own. And to him, those are his children. You don't find too many men who would take on the responsibility. And when I tell you he's taken on the responsibility, he has taken care of, he's done more for my older 3 kids than their own fathers have. Well, except for India. India's dad was around. He's a douchebag, but he was around. So yeah. So you don't find too many people like that. And then to deal with a woman who has bipolar disorder, and then to deal with a woman who's one of their children aren't biologically his, and they deal with mental health disorder. Well, 2 of them do. And then we have another one of our own who deals with it. He has a lot on his plate, just like I do. And it took my classes that I've been taking, it's taken for me to talk to my therapist and certain other people for me to really understand how good I have it. I went to a class and we were talking about having support of your family with you. And my teacher said she didn't have the support of her husband. He wouldn't go to counseling. He wouldn't go to class. He wouldn't do none of that because he don't have the problem. She did. So she dealt with it, on her own. But I thought about it. My husband will go. He might complain about going, but he will go to those meetings and stuff with me. He will go to counseling and, anything it will take to help me get to a better place. That man loves me just that much that he will do it. He ain't perfect, and I damn sure ain't perfect, but he loves me the way he knows how. He loves me, and he loves me hard. He loves me more than I love him. And if I heard correctly from an older woman, you always find a man who loves you more than you love them, because they will never stop loving you. And there was something else to it, but I don't remember. So when I find out, I'll tell you. But anywho, he likes every roll on my body. He said, because there are women who don't have any children whose body is bigger than yours. He said, you gave birth to 5 children for me. I only asked you for 1, and you gave me 5. Biological children. Actually, I gave him 8 because he accepts my older 3. But anyway, even my stinky feet, when I come home from work and my feet stink, he might bitch about it, but it's a part of me, so he loves it. So my whole point in this video is this. It took for me to take these classes. It took for me to notice some things, to hear things from other women, to realize that I have a good husband. And my mom always said, oh, one more confession before my phone cuts off, because I only got a minute, because I don't know why, I guess my storage, whatever. Anyway, my mother always said, when you get married, I'm going to have to defend your husband more than you. And that's what she do. I was in this relationship, my husband was the verbal abuser. I was the physical one, because I felt like, seeing my mom be physically abused, I felt like I'm going to whoop your ass before you whoop mine. My husband has put up with so much stuff with my disorder and me becoming violent and all these other things. If I was him, I'd have left me a long time ago. So here's part 1 of my confession. I'll make part 2 of my confession when I get home. And maybe, I'm not going to show his face because he don't want to be on it. And when he's ready to show his face, I'll do it. Yeah. Part 2 coming soon.